first thing for the Burnout team is to try and reset as much as possible and start again. So for us, making the same game again is never quite interesting. Obviously, there's core tenets of Burnout we want to keep. So again, really good control, how the car feels, how the car will slide. But other than that, we just try to push ourselves and challenge ourselves to create as much new gameplay as we can. So we did that we tried to do that with all the Burnout games. I mean, it was never our intention to make a series. We keep making them because they're very successful. So that means you guys are buying it, and if you guys are buying it and it's successful, we'll make it. I suppose we just want to push the boundaries. I mean, if you want to play the old games, that's great, go and play the old games, but because it's from us, I don't want people to expect that X, Y, or Z is going to be in the game because we did it 2 years ago or 2 years before that. What we wanted to do is have a feeling of seamless gameplay, so it never felt disjointed, and games previously feel disjointed with loading screens, menus, pauses, and the only pause in Burnout is when you wreck the car, so we kind of wanted to throw away the conventions. We think racing's gotten a bit serious and a bit heavy, and that's good. I like heavy simulation games myself, but what we wanted to do is create a game that was very free and very open, and it was kind of your Burnout however way you wanted to play it. We've built a really fun world, a world that's built for gameplay. There's nothing in there for beauty or because it looks nice. It's things you can do and hit with a car. So cars, we've got a mixture of old and new. There's some Burnout favourites in there because, you know, people write in and we get emails. People like certain cars and we like making them and we like the way that they drive. The big change in Burnout this time is that the cars really do drive much differently. That's one thing we never did much of in the previous games. We kind of defined the cars on top speed and boost speed and a bit of grip. But the basic driving model is completely from scratch. It's taken a long time to get right. We're pretty happy with it. We've got incredible physics on the car now, so cars really do roll and accelerate and brake differently. And also the way they crash, each car is hand-built, hand-bespokely boned for crashing. And this time, next generation to us, one of the things that stood out for us is physics. So this time, how you wreck the car can be different, and we can really bend and twist and compress the car like we've never done before. So making crashes that made you go wow and showing you something you've never seen before, that was the intention with crashes on PlayStation 3, because I knew in my mind, since the hardware was announced, and the same with Xbox, I know in my mind what a next generation Burnout should be, and so did the guys on our team. So it was about how close to that can we get to? Where did we reach the bar and where can we go further? So really compressing the car, the monocoque deformation, that's what we set out to really work on. We wanted players to mess around in cars. You can have 7 players together in the world, and really we've tried to put some simple scoring in there so 7 players can drive, and you can drive around and have fun. And we're comparing who did what. So in this free burning experience, there's no limits. You can do whatever you want. You can do jumps. You can explore the world. You can do shortcuts. You can create races. You can pick the start and pick the end. Never been able to do that in Burnout before. You've had to race on the tracks we've made. So now the player at home is really the game creator. And we think using camera makes online play a lot more compelling and a lot more fun. So in Burnout, the natural idea was that every time you crash or took your friends down, we'd snap a picture. So you kind of get to see, your friends get to see you kind of saluting that you've taken them down, and you get to see them kind of crying. And it's just another way for the player to express themselves. We have a system where you can pick on one of your friends and mark them out for a takedown, and then you have to do that takedown in the race. The guy who gets taken down then earns something called payback. I mean, it all fits. The last game was called Revenge. You know, revenge is sweet, but payback's a bitch. So when you activate payback, you get to screw with my car temporarily. You get to reverse my steering. You get to lock my brakes on and off. You get to try to make me crash. We want this to be the most fun driving game that people have ever had. Burnout Paradise is coming out at the end of the year on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.